Hello, hi Mohammed, this is Tressa with the Loveland Transportation Office. I sent you a message, but looks like you're supposed to come off of layover at about 5 o'clock. It's now 7. Wondering where you're at, trying to get this load on the road, since it does need to depart by 10:30. That's a little bit late given the weather and whatnot, so we really need to get you out of here as soon as possible. If you can, call me back at the Transportation Office. Thanks, bye.
See, can I talk to Jared?
Jared?
Yes.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
This is Jared.
Good morning, Jared. It's Mohammed.
Hello, Mohammed.
How are you, Jared?
Oh, it's been a morning already, but you're doing all right.
I will just
I'm
take
doing good.
Can I take a few minutes of your time?
Yeah, what can I help you with?
Well, I talked to Mandy in the morning about an issue with Loveland. Loveland.
Yes, I heard about that.
Okay, here's.
So I know all the details of that. So what can I help you with?
Well, some of the details is that the manager, Teresa, whoever the manager, was telling me that if you cannot leave on like 7:30, so I left at 7:30. I got out. All the roads were closed from midnight. And my question to you, do you think anything of that scenario is okay?
Do I think
That scenario was alright? Do you think that was appropriate behavior for the driver? Get out, or I will give the load to somebody else in a situations that nobody knew it.
if the road is closed, then it doesn't matter who it's on. Apparently, you were able to depart with it, or else she wouldn't be offering to give it to somebody else. Know all those details. I just know that the only thing you could have done better was communicate more about.
Jared, who can I talk? Who is her boss? What is the chain of command here? Who is next to her, above her? I needed to write at the details because manager telling the driver told me 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock. The time is 10 o'clock in the morning. And she was saying that I was supposed to leave at 5 o'clock. She knew there is an emergency. But
What was your ETD?
The ETD was already submitted in Hurricane. Then they replaced the trip with another trip. They canceled the trip of Hurricane that's going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So anyway,
What was your ETD? Were you
20,
departed in Loveland?
20, no, 20.
Dispatched off?
The dispatch was written as 23 last night with 1 hour available. So when you have 1 hour, 8 hours to that, correct?
Yes, so your ETD was 2,300 with 1 hour. Okay, so why didn't you depart the night before then, if that's what you said you were going to do?
Because we cannot, because the road was not available. The
road was closed, and so you shut down.
Everybody shut down. Everybody shut down.
Okay.
Because the road.
Did you tell them that layover that you were going to depart with it in the morning?
And you are in Loveland. Everybody has a sense. But anyway, the bar come here in Flying J. You have thousands of trucks everywhere. It is everything is shut down. My question to you is that would make the driver, if you cannot leave, I will give that load to somebody.
If departing late and didn't need to, or I hadn't heard of her and I was wondering why the load was still sitting on the yard, I would call the driver concerned, because the driver could be dead in his truck for all I know. I don't know. So if we haven't heard from the driver and we expected the driver to leave earlier because of their ETD, I said, okay, I'm leaving at this time. And if we hadn't heard and it's still sitting here, I have to, as an ops manager, I would call the driver, try to contact him and say, "Are you okay? What's going on? What's wrong? Why are you still sitting here? And what's the reason?" Because drivers would call and say, "Hey, I'm going to depart late," or
I sent you a message, but looks like you're supposed to come off of layover at about 5 o'clock. It's now 7. Wondering where you're at, trying to get this load on the road, since it does need to depart by 10:30. That's a little bit late given the weather and whatnot, so we really get you out of here as soon as possible. If you can, call me back at the transportation office. Thanks, bye.
I have to leave late for this reason. I'm either broke down, or I'm having mechanical problems, or the weather, or for whatever reason, the driver has to tell the office why they're not moving.
Okay, good. That's good.
When they should be moving.
That's very good.
So if the driver can't go, then yes, the office is obligated to say, "Okay, well, that's okay. We'll take that load off you because I have this driver who can go right now. So he'll take that, and then if you can't go right now, we'll give you a different load."
Now you got the driver that will go right now, and you know you have an emergency. All the roads are closed. So how good is that?
I did not hear that was the case. That all the roads were closed. They didn't tell me that all the roads were closed.
Well, all the drivers are coming, returning back to this. Anyway, let us 2 points quick, Jared. When you put a gate time 10 o'clock, and the driver sleeping in bed hours, the driver to gate at 10 o'clock, or you want the driver to gate at when
Expect the driver to gate to start there as soon as they come off. Expect drivers to tell them that's not how we operate. We never have. You never have the entire time you've been there. We don't want drivers sitting and waiting until the last minute.
Okay.
We want drivers, it's always okay to deliver store loads early. We actually so to buy you as much time as possible. We expect drivers to be moving when they can move. And if they can't, they have to tell us when and why.
Good. Another two boys are almost done. Well, you know you're in December. Any driver will tell you in December, the best thing you do, you never be the first one to leave, because the ice is not going to melt before the sun comes out. This is a standard universal rule in driving, in winter driving. In winter, you don't be the first.
No, that's not. There's no rule that you don't want to be the first one. That may be a personal rule for you, but that's not a standard rule in driving. And drivers start their day whenever they want to start their day. That's their decision.
Yes, if you are at high elevation, 7,000 feet, 5 o'clock in the morning in December, and you came at, after I leave you, Jared, look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I have to cross the entire highlands from I-15 to I-70 before the sun goes down. Because if I wait until the way I drove yesterday, I did not take a second break because I have to get to the Eisenhower Tunnel and the drop down to Denver before the sun sets down on me. So that is a standard. If you try to drive at night in this kind of on the highlands, yes, but you do not want to put yourself on. Anyway, the reason I was very upset.
That's why drivers get to make they make the decision. We make that together. We cannot, when the days are short and it's only light for 10 hours or 9 hours a day. None of my drivers only drive during the daylight hours. Most of all of the drivers drive at some point in the dark. Whether it's the beginning or the end of their day. Somebody's always driving, and they do safely. expect them to do that safely. So
you do not want to. You do not want the 1%. Policy is just 1 out of 100. So if you know it is going to be a high risk at night, the best thing is to avoid the high risk area. So you get your.
It all depends on the conditions. Yes,
Yeah.
I understand
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
what does this have to do with your scenario of not calling the office? To me, that was the only thing I heard, is that because they had heard from you and they didn't know what you were doing. They didn't know when you were going to leave. They didn't know if you were gonna be on
because
time or late.
there was no issue.
They were just trying to find out what you were doing.
There was no issue for me to call the office for. I got a text at 12 o'clock at night. I got the paper in my hand. So I took the shower and everything. I look at the gate time. It's 10 o'clock. I needed 7 hours of sleep. So when I come out, the sun would be out. There is nothing whatsoever that would require me to call anybody. Then I got the call at 5 o'clock, which means somebody is waiting to see exactly at.
I don't know why I called you at 5, but she was probably just concerned because you hadn't started and you said you were going to depart the night before based on your ETD. So they expected that load to be off the yard, and when it wasn't, they were concerned. So we check on drivers all the time. If a driver misses their ETD, if we ask the driver, ratify.
Okay.
Are you okay? Are you sick? Are you shut down? Are you broke down? Are you stuck? What is going on? That's why we have to have communication. We have to know what is going on with our drivers because they are the most important.
There's nothing. We're almost done. I was very upset. That scenario is not going to happen in the Grand Field. It's going to happen in Grand Field. You cannot leave within an hour or half an hour. We are going to give it to somebody. What they do, they give it to somebody else without telling the driver. If the driver is inappropriately, but the way she was talking to me, the way she was talking to me at 7 o'clock in the morning, that she wants me to wake up at 5 o'clock. I came out on the gate. Everybody is coming in the opposite direction. That is what makes me.
Hello, hi Mohammed, this is Tressa with the Loveland Transportation Office. I sent you a message, but looks like you're supposed to come off of layover at about 5 o'clock. It's now 7. Wondering where you're at, trying to get this load on the road, since it does need to depart by 10:30. That's a little bit late given the weather and whatnot, so we really need to get you out of here as soon as possible. If you can, call me back at the Transportation Office. Thanks, bye. Hello, hi Mohammed, this is Tressa with the Loveland Transportation Office. I sent you a message, but looks like you're supposed to come off of layover at about 5 o'clock. It's now 7. Wondering where you're at, trying to get this load on the road, since it does need to depart by 10:30. That's a little bit late given the weather and whatnot, so we really need to get you out of here as soon as possible. If you can, call me back at the Transportation Office. Thanks, bye.
Upset. Anyway, now I am stuck in here, and
Okay.
I called them before I called you. I asked them that I have to take either Casper, going to North Wyoming, to buy bus the detour, or I cannot go back to I-70. They said you can do that, do whatever you wanted to do. Before I got a violation for out of route. The whole idea, Jared, is just when you have a standard uniform policy, nobody gets in trouble. But when you have a manager who is very cranky, and that would make things out of
Yeah.
make it inconvenient.
Well, we do have a standard policy, and it all ties into being safe and on time. And when one of those comes into jeopardy, the communication has to happen. And that's why they were trying to contact you, I guess. I don't know any of the details of the phone call and the conversation.
Yes, the contact was inappropriate. And Mandy, of course, Mandy wants to. The driver is always guilty. The driver is always at fault. I said, Mandy, everything Mandy talked to me about in the last 2 years has nothing to do with this situation.
She is followed up with Teresa, so I know she's been in contact with her.
Yes, Teresa is a little bit on the edge. She worried. Mandy explained to me she worried about the timing, the safety, the Sam's Club has a problem. I understand all that, right?
Okay.
That's all. But it's all over, and there is no problem. There is no problem, Jared.
Okay, good.
I just want you to know.
Yeah, I don't see in this scenario. I don't see, to your point, I don't see a big problem. I also don't see a lot of reason to be upset.
No, I see a problem.
I might be a little bit annoyed at being called so early in the morning, but there's no reason to be upset because her intentions were for your safety and
No, Jared, I see. By the way, this is, I think I talked to Teresa a year ago, just almost similar scenario. She is sitting on the edge, right? On the edge, she worries too much about the sky is going to fall. I think I have that before. That is why I'm not very upset now when I go with my memory back. She has a problem with the stress. Some people are relaxed, some people are not.
She is passionate about her business, and she stays on top of all those little details.
I like your wording, Jared. I like your wording. That's good enough, Jared. Thank you.
Yeah.
You make it.
Thanks, Mohammed.
You made it easy for me.
Yeah. Have a safe day.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.